Okay, hi guys. This is Tim from Wolves Archery, and welcome back to part 2 of how to make beef jerky. Now, making this, you can, you don't have to use beef. You can substitute, whatever kind of meat, you prefer. I usually use venison, but I had a tough year last year being injured. I hurt my back and I wasn't able to get out into the woods and get the proper quantity of deer that I would like to get in order to make my jerky. And one of the things I don't do when I'm making my jerky with venison is that I don't use it in strips. I grind it up and then I mix it that way. But we'll make another video when I do that, and I'll show you guys how to do that. That happens to be a lot quicker than doing it the way I'm doing it now with the beef. You don't have to wait, only but a short period of time, and then you can just go ahead and put it right in the dehydrator. As long as the ground up venison soaks up the ingredients, there's no reason to marinate it. But since I'm using like 1/4-inch strips of meat, I had to let it marinate for at least minimum 6 hours. And this pot here, I've been marinating it now for over 8 hours now. So, anything past that, you're going to be fine. So, what we've got here is we got a bunch of trays. Okay, these are the trays that come, when you get yourself a dehydrator kit. They run about $50. You want one. Here, one thing I should recommend is that you want one that blows the air around inside the racks, okay? Because if the air is just hot from the bottom up, I've had a couple of those type of machines, and all they do is melt the racks. The racks get hot on the bottom, and you got to keep monitoring it all the time, and keep changing the racks from the bottom to the top, to the bottom to the top, middle, bottom, up and down. This way here, the way I'm doing it with the blower, here's the actual heater and blower, okay? This goes on top, and it blows the heat all the way through the dehydrator itself, so you don't have to keep changing the racks. It won't melt the racks, okay? So it's kind of like a little miniature hair dryer. Alright, but let's get to it, and what I'm going to do is show you guys how to just take the meat out and put it on the racks. Now, I've got one rack already set up, and I know from experience that I'm going to use all my racks for the amount of meat that I have. But let me just take the lid off here. And, every once in a while, I just came and I gave my pot here just a little stir, to move the meat around and make sure that, nothing was sticking up out of the pot. It got pushed down or anything like that. I wanted to make sure that each piece was liberally covered with the marinade. Now the marinade itself is useless and actually smells pretty bad. If I do say myself. So anyways, I got a strainer over here. What I'm going to do is, I don't have a great camera service here or anything like that, so some of this stuff you're going to see me do, or not see me do, is off camera. I live in a very small apartment, so bear with me. I'm trying to do the best I can here. But what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to drain off the marinade. And let me show you what it looks like before I go and do that. Okay? So I had to make this little thing here to hold my camera for me. And it's a little difficult to hold on to. But let me just show you here real quick. There's the marinade. Alright? And you can see the meat in there. You know, it's all nice, and you know, if I squeeze it, you know, you can see the juices come right out of it, so you know that it's well marinated. Now you see how I cut against the grain like that? Look at how that split up like that. Okay, look at the juices in there. Now when you go to eat this, okay, that's going to be a lot easier to chew than if you had just cut with the grain. And you know, it's just so chewy that it'll be, you won't be able to eat it. Let's just put it that way. Venison, on the other hand, is so lean. Now, I've tried making venison this way, and it works. Okay, and some guys like it that way. But for me, I don't like it so tough that it's work when you have to eat it. So anyways, I try to just make it, you know, so that it's somewhat palatable. I mean, this is really nice, this stuff now. I mean, this is beautiful. Look at that. Look at that piece of meat, right? That's going to make a beautiful piece of jerky right there. You ought to see the friends I have when I make this. I get a lot of friends that I never really knew I had. So what we're going to do is, we're going to just stick the camera up here. Let's see if it'll stay up here. Alright. For a minute. Well, let's put it back where it was. How about that? And what we're going to do is, for now, just hold it like that. Okay? And I'm going to go and take this. Alright? I'm going to drain this off so it'll be a little easier to handle the meat and stuff. And I'll know that I've gotten all the meat out of the pot. Alright, so let me put my colander in. Do you guys call it a colander? Do you call it a strainer? You know? Or what do you guys call it? I don't know. I call it a strainer a lot of times. But some people call it my mom calls it a colander. But here we go. We're just going to drain it off. Alright. Then we're going to run some water, some hot water, down through the sink. I wish I had some smell-o-vision so you guys can smell how this is. Actually, it's not too bad. It actually smells pretty good right now. But you see my rack? I've got my rack there, and I've got all my meat here. And what you want to do is just take your meat, doesn't matter where you start, from the outside, inside, wherever, and make them so that they're not touching one another. You got to let that air be able to, look at this piece right here. Wow, that's a bigger piece right there. Actually, I'm going to cut this piece again with the fillet knife. That's a little bit thick. If you see that piece right here, see how thick that is? That's like a ½ inch thick. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to watch how good I am at this. And just cut it down to where, you know, it's at the right thickness. And that way there, it'll all dry the same. Now there you go. Wow, that's beautiful. So We'll put that on there like that, and put that piece in there. Just take your time, you know. Put that piece right there. Put another piece right here. And you just keep going round and round. I'm going to pick up the pace here a little bit so you guys can see me do this here. Pulling those pieces. Okay. Now, if I think I can get one more piece in, I'll look for it. You know, type of piece that'll fit in that one spot. Now, that's good. See that? How I got that? See how I got that? Alright. That's enough on there. Okay? And these are kind of a pain in the ass to get just right on there. Okay. I think I got it on there. Now, grab another rack. What happens to these racks? Can you see this rack? It's all bent and twisted and warped. Well, you know, over time, I've made quite a bit of jerky with these racks. They don't exactly stay straight. So, just keep putting more on there. Don't waste any time. Just put it on there. We're going to have plenty of room. I've got plenty of racks. My mom went and threw away all my racks. I had 2 dehydrators at her house, and she threw them all away. She thought they were all broken. Yeah, I was like, gee, thanks, Mom. Good job. Yep. I figured she'd buy me some new ones at Christmas time, but that didn't happen. So, just try to move them around, get them all in place. And, one more piece over here would be good, right? And look at that. Perfect. Grab another rack. Grab another rack. Oops. Move this over too far. Now, some people will pepper these pieces now, or they'll put some cayenne pepper on them right now while they're wet. I don't do that. I don't make my jerky spicy. Some people like it spicy, some people don't. But you know what? If you like spicy jerky, go ahead and make your own spicy jerky. I don't like spicy jerky. This is, you know, I showed you guys all the ingredients I put in mine. I like it to be a little on the sweet side, and you know, with the honey and brown sugar and the salt, you know, it gives it that sweet and salty kind of flavor, which is really neat. I think it's really cool. And then, you know, this takes a long time to dehydrate. It's probably going to take, well, that piece ain't going to fit. So you just find a piece that does fit. Even that little piece, see that little piece? I cut that off, you know, just like off a piece of fat. That's a good piece. You just put that in your mouth, pop it in. Why would you just throw that away, right? So that's cool. So then I got one more rack. Okay. Oh my God, my back is killing me. Oh my God, it hurts so bad. Okay, last one. And we just spread this out around. Let me just grab a bunch of it here. This is it. So we just kind of, this one here is kind of thick. So we're going to slice this one again. A little bit. Just like that. Okay. One's a little thinner. Those are test pieces. Those thin ones like that. That's when you open up the dehydrator and you grab a piece and you pop it in your mouth and you try it and you just see how, you know, if it's ready yet. Those are the test pieces, I call them. And there's another piece that's a little thick, and we'll just you know, give it a little slice. And give it a little slice. I'm just going to butterfly that piece. That's all I'm going to do with that one. And there's a perfect spot for it right there. And then here's another thick piece. We'll cut this one down too. And what I'm going to do is just butterfly these pieces. I've got a kitty cat around here that's getting into trouble in a second. Alright, well, I only got a couple more pieces left. And how about that? Okay. Now, that's it. Just make sure none of them are touching. You know, because if that little piece is touching that piece right there, like that, can you guys, oh, you guys can't see that. Here, let me turn this a little bit. Let me just show you something. Let me get this off of here. I don't need to see that no more. Now, now, as you can see how this piece right here is touching that piece? That won't dry. Okay? So you got to make sure there's nothing touching each other. Like if I was to overlap that piece like that, neither one of these would be able to dry. You got to have air going through. So like that right there was over the top of that. I know all the other ones are good. I looked good on those. But this last piece I was kind of rushing through. But now we're good. All the racks are full. That's no more racks. I don't have any more racks. I grab my top. Put my top on. I guess that's on. It's hard to tell, you know, the racks themselves are so and then just turn that, lock that on, right? Okay. And then all I got to do is clear some space over here. I don't have much. This is the smallest kitchen I think I've ever been in my life. And make some room over here. Get my toaster out of the way. Oops, I almost dropped my camera. Okay, you guys can still see that, right? Alright, so we're just gonna clear everything out of the way. My house cleaner's gonna be here tomorrow. I can't wait. Boy, is she gonna be surprised. I can't really do anything right now because my back is, I just had surgery. And even doing this is really, really tough for me. Okay, so we're going to bring this over here. I'm going to show you guys after I plug it in. Okay, let me grab a camera. Oh. Oh, here you go. See how the dehydrator is? That's it. Okay? My tea bag's coming out. And that's it. Everything's ready to go. And then all we need to do, turn the switch on. And there you go. And in about 6 hours, 8 hours, we'll have some beautiful beef jerky. And isn't that great? Wasn't that hard to do, right? You know? And the thing is, it's like, I go to places and, you know, and I'm that guy, you know? And people say, hey man, you got any of that jerky? You know? And I'm like, what jerky? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't got no jerky. And I used to give it all away. And I don't do that no more. In the wintertime, I make, like I said, venison jerky, but I grind it up, and I'll use a dry mix, and it's ready to go as soon as you mix it all together. Let it sit for about 15-20 minutes, and then you put it inside it's almost like a caulking gun, and then you just go around each tray. And I make the 1 inch or whatever. You can make Slim Jim type if you want. Those go pretty quick. The one thing nice about venison, you can have venison jerky in about 4 hours, because the meat is so dry to begin with, and you're using a dry rub mix that it don't take but a short amount of time, and then you got jerky. And so I was giving a lot of it away, and I said, you know what, I ain't giving no more away. I'm the one who does all the work. I go out there, I shoot the deer, I drag the goddamn thing out of the woods, I process the deer, I cut the deer up, I butcher the deer, I do all of that stuff. And nobody wants to help, everybody wants to benefit, so I don't give it away anymore. I'll give it away as, I'll vacuum pack it and stuff like that in a vacuum packer. But as far as giving it away, nope, no more. So, there you go. That was part 2 of our Wolves Archery, our first cooking class. So, I don't know. Wasn't very much to it. But guys are always asking me, how do I make my jerky, because they really do like it. And when you go to some of these places and they make jerky and smoked meats, and they're these small stores that you go into, and to pay for a half a pound of jerky, $65. I'm not giving it away anymore. So when I get done with this, we'll weigh it up and we'll just see how much. Just for ha-has, we'll just see how much we got, and I'll figure out how much it costs me to make it, and then that way there it'll give you guys. What I'll do is I'll write it in the comment section, okay? So if you guys have any questions you'd like to ask me, put it in the comment section of the of the video portion, and it, if you got anything to add, maybe you guys can help me too, maybe add something to my recipe or something like that to change it up a little bit. And I wouldn't mind trying someone else's recipe as well. This is mine. This is how I've been doing mine. I never asked anybody how to do it. Never went to a cookbook. Never went online. I just know what I like. I know the ingredients that I like. And I've been making it this way now for probably 10 or 15 years. So I don't know. If you like certain things, put it in there. If you like cayenne pepper, throw it in there. I've made it with cayenne pepper before. It's good. I've made it with, I put pepper in mine, black pepper, and it comes out really good. But I overdone it with the black pepper sometimes. Like I told you, I sprinkled it on after it was all juiced out and everything, and Everybody loved it. Everybody loved it, but me. I didn't like it all that peppery. I like a little bit of pepper, but not that much. Well, all right. Let's get this uploaded onto the video, and you guys can watch part 2. And oh, my back. The only thing I'll do is when I do get done is post some pictures in the comments. I think I might be able to post some pictures in the comment section. I'm not sure, but if not, go to my Two Wolves Archery page on Facebook, okay? And there you'll be able to see the finished product of the jerky, okay? And become a member of my, flock. We've got a great thing going on now. When we hit 200 likes, you never know what you could get. The last guy who hit 100, he got a free bow. So we'll see what happens when I hit 200 on this time. When I get this done, I'll post some pictures, maybe a short video. I'll pop it up on my Two Wolves Archery page on Facebook. Okay, not on YouTube. All right. It's just too difficult to do a short video on YouTube like that. I can just pop it right onto my Facebook page. But become a member, like my page, and follow along. And you guys, hopefully this fall, we'll see some great action. Obviously, you're going to see some great bows. In another week or so, when I'm feeling a little bit better, I'll be working on a bow. Actually, let me show you what I got here. This is the wood I'm going to be using for the limbs. Of course, that's the clear glass, fiberglass. Okay, everybody knows what that looks like if you built a bow before. So we'll just set that over here for a second. And I'm going to be using some of this curly maple for the limbs underneath that clear glass. Whoops, I dropped one. But see how beautiful that is? Look at that. Isn't that going to look beautiful underneath those limbs? And the riser itself, let me grab a piece of that. There you go. Now, this is Coca-Cola. How's that look? Well, let me just show you something here real quick. Maybe I should wipe it off with something. Hold on. Now, all I did was put some water on there. But that's just the natural color of that wood. Look at how beautiful that is. That's going to be my handle. Or, if you're in the bow business, that's going to be the riser. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to have this as the riser and that clear walnut as the limbs. And that's going to be my bow. I keep saying that. And then I end up giving them away. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time. This is Tim from Two Wolves Archery. I hope you had as much fun watching me do this stupid stuff as I have fun doing it. I get a kick out of it. But we'll be seeing you soon. Take care and have a good day.